Tracee Ellis Ross, who's just known for the headlines that she made when she talked about toxic masculinity, actually had dinner with Michelle and Barack Obama and talked back to Obama and said this.
Oh my God, we had a great dinner. We had a great dinner, by the way, where across the table, your husband goes, "But why?" And I said, "Well, maybe because I can."
Yes.
But that wasn't it, though. As they continue to talk, we find out that Michelle Obama is actually a feminist. Check this out.
Because I have dated men my age. Yeah. There is a difference. There is an openness that occurs with a younger man around whether it's gender fluidity or not even having an issue with homosexuality. I mean, something as basic as that.
Right. Yeah.
That there's times where I'll be, sitting across the table from somebody and just like, what did you just say?
Yeah, what century are you?
Like, oh my God.
Where's your horse and buggy?
Yeah, like, I'm so sorry.
And your bedpan.
Yeah, for real.
Chamber pot.
Yeah, your chamber pot. Your chamber pot. Like,
horse and buggy. Oh my gosh. Where is this? What is going on with this thing? But anyway, so I guess she would rather date these type of guys since she don't want anyone masculine. Check this out.
Baby, do you want
And Shannon Sharpe, he just keeps fumbling the bag. He was just recently on his nightcap show, and he said this.
I only heard from two teams. Guess what the two teams that called me on show say, what's your phone number? Where you going to be?
Who that?
Shut the fuck up. Next door. Cincinnati Bengals was one.
Tonight on Thursday Night Therapy, we discuss these topics and plus feminism versus the modern male. Let's talk about it. This is my father, Big Chuck. He taught me the pimp mentality from the crib, so I was never faithful in any relationship. Until one day, 6 years ago, I looked at all the broken hearts and pain that I caused and decided it was time to level up. So now I'm a happily married man who still doesn't stand for the trick mentality that is destroying our community.
I'm Champagne, a single woman on a journey to build a life rooted in self-love, balance, and authenticity. I'm exploring the ups and downs of personal growth, embracing independence, and creating space for joy, peace, and purpose. Whether you're on a similar path or just curious about the ride, this is your space to feel seen, inspired, and empowered.
I'm Dante. I'm the realest of the group. I'm once married and now divorced and dating as a single father. Here to bring a grounded perspective, pushing past all the fluff and get into the heart of what really matters.
What's up, you guys? Welcome to Thursday Night Therapy. Things you talk to your therapist about. The show where we dive into the good, the bad, and the downright awkward conversations we all have, or maybe should have, in therapy. Tonight's topic: Cougars and Sugar Daddies, how Tracee Ellis Ross and Shannon Sharpe broke the internet. Before we get into that, we take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that every time we go live, you know when we are up. But tonight, we have a special guest, Kat. Tell us about yourself.
Hi, I am Catherine. Kat. I go by Kat. I am a divorced mother of 4 kids, single. So, yeah, that's me. That's me in a nutshell.
I love it. Welcome, Kat. Welcome. I mean, one last question to make you lose. Where you from originally?
Originally, I'm from New York.
Oh, snaps.
Yes.
Well, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just a reminder, tonight's topic, Cougars and Sugar Daddies, how Tracee Ellis Ross and Shannon Sharpe broke the internet. But first, let's talk current events.
What's up, everybody? Hey, tonight gonna be a classic. We about to go deep tonight. Like I said, we got it balanced off. We got two grown men and 2 grown women, and we're gonna get deep into these subjects. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna get into, like I said, we was talking about the Shannon Sharpe and the Tracee Ellis thing. The modern man, because he's kind of like a modern man now, I think. With his ideology and the way that she's a big feminist. She doesn't date older guys. Let's go ahead and let's check out this video before we get into the other thing that we talk about. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all a video, and I want y'all to comment about it. Okay, hold on 1 second.
Gotcha.
Let's see. Uh-oh. Hold on. Okay.
But a lot of men my age are steeped in a toxic masculinity and have been raised in a culture where there is a particular way that a relationship looks. And anything that starts to smell of that for me, I did enough of it where I was controlled and felt like I was a possession or whatever those things were, or prize and I have no interest in it, and I will not do it again.
And listen, as you see on there, okay, now like in the beginning piece that we seen that she took her out. She went out to dinner with Barack and Michelle Obama. Barack Obama was trying to give her some advice, asking her why she feels this way about masculine men, and she still had kickback. You know what I'm saying? And this is why in certain churches they do not let the single women and the married women hang out with each other, because it's two different mentalities and everything. And as you see, she corrupted Michelle Obama. Like, really? I mean, she got Michelle Obama talking about where's her horse and buggy. Like, what is that?
Really?
She's married to the most popular man. She was the most popular president probably we've ever had since Abe Lincoln. And you mean to tell me you on this feminist movement? Come on, man. Come on now. What y'all think about this?
Well, this is the majority of tonight's topic. So I don't know if we want to get into it just yet, because this is a meaty one, and we gotta like sink our fingers into it.
I'm so sorry, because that was.
Kat already ready. She's like, hold on, Kat, hold on. I want it. I want the smoke, Kat. I like it, but hold on.
I just wanted to know that's what you got out of that interview.
We gonna hit this back. What about the what's the one, Dante, about the gorillas and the men with the gorillas? Men are choosing the gorillas and women are choosing the bears. Is that what it is?
The 100. We can't hear.
Oh, okay,
we can't hear you, man. Are you on mute?
Uh-oh.
Did you pay your bill?
Uh-oh, having technical difficulty.
Oh, gosh.
They died. We didn't charge them.
Do I look like I pay bills? I know. It's pretty.
I don't know if you got to log back in or whatever. But
you know what? I will say when we first started, I couldn't see anything. Really? It was like it had froze for me, so I don't know if that is it. But
this is amazing. I don't want y'all to think I'm like, oh gosh, this is because I think what you guys do is amazing. So it's gonna be technical hiccups and
It's
cool. It is what it is. If you can edit it out, that's amazing.
No, this is live. We're going live. Listen, look, while Dante gets his sound together, let's keep talking. Let's go. Like I said.
Okay.
How you going? Barack Obama trying to give you advice. How you going to buck Barack Obama? And then the thing is,
but Champagne
hold on 1 second.
Hold on, but let's stay on topic.
Go ahead, finish it.
Said we were to be discussing the other topic, which is the 300
100 men versus the silverback gorilla.
But since Dante, we can't hear him. No, I was just gonna say, let's get into it.
Oh well, she wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, let's keep going. Let's go. So let's go ahead, Kat. You wanted to respond?
Hey, Dante, log out and then log back in.
Yeah, log off, bro.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Right, finish off. Barack Obama was trying to give her advice. Finish it off.
Yeah, like I said, Barack Obama, he was the most popular president since Abe Lincoln. And you mean to tell me like Barack Obama and Michelle was the standard of relationships? And you mean to tell me Tracee Ellis Ross goes on there and talks about she doesn't like the standard type of relationships and things like that? They're the most standard relationship that we've seen. They was the example for what a functional relationship is. So I don't understand why it's a big deal that a man has just because a man is at the head of the household that there's a problem. And that's what it seems like Tracee Ellis Ross has a problem with.
It doesn't really seem like to me that Obama is like, I guess we assume that he's the head because he's the man, but that never really comes out of something that he says. I feel like he views Michelle as his partner. Like we get this together. When he met her, she was the one working. He was in school. So I don't know. It was never necessarily, I'm the head of the household. You have to follow me. He loves Michelle for who she is. She does her own thing. He does his thing. She supports him and they come together.
Wait a minute.
I don't know that it's traditional. Like because he's not like.
Why do y'all look at a man being the head of the household like it's abuse? Like he's the leader of the free country. What do you mean? Okay. So explain this so I can understand.
Okay, so I heard it in the perspective of it's not that she's intimidated by anything, but when you finally meet somebody on the same level, like you are totally yourself, and you meet somebody that is totally themselves, you'll know like we either like each other or we don't. You're in, you're out. It's no games. People tend to play games if you have no desire to be with somebody. So that's why I'm saying I don't think it's a masculinity thing. I think it's just a logical thing that she's on. She's more on a this is how it is.
But she specifically mentioned toxic masculinity in the interview. That's why I've said about masculinity, like it's like you don't want a man to be strong in your household. I don't understand that.
I don't think that's what she's saying.
So what is she saying?
I'm just saying she's not saying that you have to be stuck in a traditional role. She's in essence saying like people play with people's emotions, you know, and you can have a man and be successful. She can be successful. She can do her thing. He can do their thing, and they can come back together. That's what I believe. Like her brother kind of chimed in and was like, he had the 32 questions, and you know, he tried to weed out different ladies, you know, from his life to know, is this going to be somebody that, because I've messed up so many times. So it's not saying that he can't be the head of the household. I think it's just the other factors of the relationship.
And I think toxic masculinity and masculinity are viewed differently. And I want to use this example, but I don't know that anyone really watches the Avatar. The Avatar, just if you watch it, it's one of the greatest cartoons of all time. But you got these two brothers. You got Ozai and you have his brother, his brother. Ozai, straight up masculine, right? Bitch slapping everyone. He doesn't give a fuck about this. He's in charge. Like, you know, he's in charge. His brother, on the other hand, he commands that respect. He's in charge, but it's not because of sheer will that he has to keep enforcing that and he disrespects his people. He's in charge because he's a leader and it comes off and it exudes. So
what's his name, Champagne?
Oh my goodness. I can hit Zuko is the son. Iroh. General Iroh, right? And General Iroh is a motherfucking beast. Like he bad. He cold with it. But like there's the respect there. You follow him. So women don't have an issue with masculinity. They have an issue with someone trying to put you down underneath their thumb and their finger. That's the issue. Right. And for some reason we keep conflating these two.
Well, damn. I mean, how many men have tried to put Tracee Ellis Ross under their thumb? God, dog. I mean, what are y'all describing? Who are these people?
They're out there. They're out there. Hold on. They're out there. They are out there. You remember when you said that you were done with like how you said your player ways and stuff like that? So you got to a point in life where you were like, damn, that's the woman right there. And you're going to do everything right by her. She's not going to have to question. She can pick up your phone. She can go where you go. You operate like that she's in the room even when she's not in the room. So can you, and that's what they were saying that. So that's, I don't understand. I think she was going along on that line of what Champagne said. Like, you know, you learn your lesson and you just don't want to deal with shit.
I think that a lot of people get masculinity misunderstood. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I told you, I grew up with my father and I seen what masculinity was at the highest level. He was the head of the household, but there was no thing where there was an ego. It was, to be honest, it's really a shared power sharing situation. You know what I'm saying? Where each person. I can
give you an example.
Whoever, let me just finish what I'm saying. So each person whoever has the best gifts, you know what I'm saying, they do that. And then the other person, whatever they do best, they do that. I mean, it's just a power sharing situation. It has nothing to do with somebody. I'm the man, you're the woman, so you stay in the kitchen. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It's just that a man just being a strong man, being a person that you factor into your decision making, just like he factors into you. And you know what I'm saying? And he's a builder. So I don't understand what the problem is.
Champagne said it so eloquently. She did. It's the toxic masculinity. I think that's the confusion.
But what's the toxic part?
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I give you real world experience?
Go ahead. And we'll decide if that was really masculinity.
Okay. So I would love for the man to be the head of the household. I would love to just be in my feminine nature and be, and him say, baby, whatever you want to do, I got you. And I can pick up his phone and be like, I don't care if that man be like, yeah, she cooks, she clean, ... That's a woman falls submissive when a man is not in her face. I have had that. I divorced, we said I divorced because he thought masculinity was having to be physical. So I think you gotta look at it differently. So kind of like to what Shannon said, it's not that she has a problem, it's the toxicity of things.
Well, and I think in a lot of examples, because Tracee Ellis Ross said something similar, and I hear you saying something similar. A lot of you are referencing your past as a means to not deal with certain people now. And a lot of the times, your past is two dudes.
Nope.
Badass dudes that you dated. You had two badass relationships. Your ex-husband was bad. So now, Tracee Ellis Ross, who has some bad relationships apparently along the way, is now refusing to date in her age class?
I can't speak for the age class, but
I don't think she's refusing to date. One is getting
I don't. Yeah,
you guys don't like it because it's an older woman dating younger men. Older men date younger women, and we talked about this. It's acceptable, right? But if and you have to look at that. She's 52, so younger to her could be 35. That's a grown ass man, but that's still younger to her. She ain't saying 22. Dudes are automatically going to 22 because when dudes get younger, they go to 22.
I want y'all to keep that same energy later on. I'm setting y'all up. Keep talking about it. It's
35.
It's acceptable. You're right. Go ahead, Chuck.
That is it's the perspective of it all. Okay, and that's a valid perspective. So I'm always going to be like, absolutely. And when it's valid, it's valid. She's
sitting there alone.
It's like saying
Hold on, Kat. I want to hear what Chuck got to say. What you got?
Whoa, wait a minute. The only toxic masculinity part is on the perspective of Tracee Ellis Ross.
No.
Because the reason why I say that is, so you mean to tell me you at a point in your life where you won't even consider nobody your age group? The reason why is because of her masculine nature. She wants to control younger guys. Like I said, you can't tell me.
I'm gonna need you to go back and rewatch that interview.
All younger guys are vibrant and all that. No, that's not true. It's a control thing.
Every older man that dates a younger woman, y'all say it's a control thing, don't you?
If you are 52 and she's 19. Absolutely. Your brain is not even formulated yet.
You specifically say all the time, older man dating a younger one's about control. Don't try to put all these. Well,
it's about control. If you are 50 and 19, absolutely.
Get this, but you can be.
If you're 52 and he's 35, and you own the lion's share of the finances and the home and the cars and access to everything else, you also same thing.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
So you're saying that the only way people can't actually love each other and share on those things, and he be okay that she's a breadwinner or she's older or she's younger, there's an age requirement on finding a good person.
That's what she's saying. No,
that's what she said.
She said she don't date nobody her age. She only dates younger men.
But again, she doesn't date. But you're taking You're saying she does. 52 is her age, but 53 could not be her age. She says she don't date people her age. or older.
I love
her
that.
age, and so she's saying, I'm free. I'm going left. I'm going right. Wherever a true person is, a person that is like, that's my person. You know, right. We say that we want, and she said when she answered it to the young man's question, she said he needs to evaluate himself on what he wants in his life. What is going to be that constant? What's going to be that, man, I can't eat, can't sleep. I want to provide. I want to protect. I want to do everything. And even if I can't provide because she's making more than me, shoot, then I'm going to help her enjoy the providing that she's doing for us. I ain't going to bring no stress to her life. I ain't going to cheat on her. Like you look at Cardi B and what is his name? 2 Chainz, and she's supposed to be everything. She done got her body done. She Cardi bad. She say what she want to say. And she like, yo, love me for me. If you want a freak, I'm going to be a freak. If you want this, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And these niggas be like, excuse me, sorry.
So your perspective is she can find.
Sorry.
Your perspective is she can find that easier in a younger man than she can. I'm
saying she's saying that she can find it in anything. She just does not.
That's not what she said.
Yeah.
She didn't say she could find it in anything. She didn't say she's open to everything. She did not.
No, she said she was open to the age limit. Champagne said it. She 45.
No. So what she said was she prefers to date younger men because men in her age range, which is our 50 to 60-year-old men, which they're pretty much set in their way often. Like when if you are not changing a 50-year-old man, you're just not. You can barely change a 25-year-old man. You ain't changing no 50-year-old man. So if she dates 50-year-old men, they don't have the same type of mindset or ideology as her, right? So she's cool with the LGBTQIA community. She's cool with that community. Men her age that you guys feel like she should be dating, they probably wouldn't. They probably would call them the F word or make some type of derogatory comment against me.
God.
So you want somebody who's like you, which are the younger guys, they're more open-minded.
So here's my thing. Here's my thing. I don't actually have a problem with Tracee Ellis Ross's stance herself. It's her life. She lives it. Now, speaking of you two, females, you ladies, who is on the other foot? It's a man who's rich, who's doing an interview, who says, I prefer to date younger women because the ones my age don't listen. Have that same energy for.
I would say, okay, he's free to thank you. Thank you. I dodged the bullet. That's what I'd be saying. Cool. Thank you. I dodged the bullet because we don't see eye to eye. And instead of me being with somebody that I'm going to be pressing and fussing with, I'd rather just say, okay.
If we're talking the same line,
so then no, you wouldn't have the same energy then. Your energy would change. What you're saying. Go ahead, Shannon.
If we're talking 52 and 35, absolutely. I'm fine with a dude like that's perfect. You're 35.
No numbers. Tracee Ellis Ross did not say a number. She said the words, I prefer to date younger men. If a rich
how do you guys know how young she's going?
Hold on. See, that's what y'all do when it comes to women. You add all these nuances.
No.
I'm just asking this just plain and simple. Because if a rich man who was famous, well known, in an interview, simply said the same words in reverse, that's all. Don't put anything else on it. Just the same words in reverse. Your energy be the same. That's all I want to know.
Yes,
one of y'all already
say it all the time. You guys say it all the time.
But every time we say it, what I hear you say is that it's about control.
You ever hear a man? You ever hear a man say that he loves? You ever hear? Have you ever told a woman that you love her, and you toy with her? You know that you're telling this to like 5 other women. So you haven't made a decision, and that woman is like, I really want to be with this guy, right? So then you turn around and, gosh, I hope I don't lose my train of thought. You turn around, and if you know, why are you keeping everybody else dangling? If you feel it, why are you not locking in? So she's just saying, if I sense the bullshit, I'm out. Like,
okay.
I didn't hear
it. Let me add to that. Okay. Now listen. For me, I played all my games in my younger days. And then as I got older, I learned and became more mature. So I was more suitable to be in a relationship. But when I was younger, I never used the love part. But, I did. I might have said, hey, you're the only one that I'm fucking. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. You know what I mean?
So,
So, but listen, hold on. Let's pivot towards, listen, this we're going to pivot towards more of this masculinity for females, okay? Because like I said, listen, y'all, these feminists, they're out of orbit. They're like a planet out of orbit. Everything is fucked up now, man, because of the way that they think. And they're doing too much. And I want to show you a video that shows me. This is a TikTok video that I just recently seen. I want y'all to check this out. Hold on. Here we go. Check this out. Bro, this is some bullshit. Listen, let me finish my statement. Let me make this statement. Like I said, everybody out here, you know, saying you could do what you want, no matter if it offends anybody, flexing pussy, ass, that's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And you get on here and, like I said, think that you could do everything and everything is cool, and it's not. As you see, this is a new trend on TikTok where they flexing their pussy and they just showing it and putting it right in front of the camera. But like I said, let me say one more thing, and I'll let you talk. I made a statement yesterday to this group, and I was just playing. I was like, yeah, I was like, okay, old girl busting down, you know what I'm saying, ain't bad. But I was looked at like I was a creep. But I can only see what you let me see. You know what I'm saying? And I can't say shit. I can comment on any more. Look, man, y'all out here flexing ass and all this shit, man. I ain't got, look, man, y'all out of orbit. That's all I'm saying.
If you go searching for it, you will find it. I'm sure if you look at the first,
how do I have to search for
the first one or two pictures, you would have found something regular. But when you went searching for it, and that's the one you focused on,
you don't have to search. It's right there.
You
There's no way you gotta run from it. Not to see it.
More than something, that's what's gonna come up. So she's right. When you search, you will find.
No, you don't have to search. I just opened up my Instagram, and all you see
that's what you be looking at all the time. That's
all that's on there. And I don't be looking at it. And that's all that's on mine too. And I don't be looking at it. I promise y'all. Maybe y'all's a different.
So if I pull my Instagram up, I'm gonna see cakes. That's what you telling me.
No, you're a female. They do it to us on purpose. You don't think the algorithms?
Yeah, I know how algorithm works. That's why I'm saying the more you look at that, the more you'll see it.
You don't think Instagram puts females on my shit for no reason because I'm a male? They do. You don't have to look at nothing. Promise you.
They'll put it out there like it look like bait, and when you click on it, they're like, "Does he like it?" And then they'll give you a little bit more. And when you start watching it for long, and y'all be there like, this shit
I'm not talking about that. They're in the small reel section where you don't. It's okay. I'll show you one day. It's okay.
I believe you. But like I did marketing for social media. That's how I know.
Well, then you also would know that they are gonna do that to males regardless of a male ever clicking on it. Like they do that before you ever click on anything. Trust me. That's how I get there the first time.
You think they know that you're a man and that's why they're
absolutely. When I go on people you may know, it's all female. Why are all these girls here? I don't know none of these girls. There's no niggas in here. Why not?
Get this. I know the things that come up on my feed.
It's a bunch of men and your friends you may know. I bet it's a bunch of niggas in there.
Mine is a mixture.
Yeah,
I got
a really nice mixture on my feed.
I don't know any of these women. We don't even have mutual friends. I know what y'all are trying to do. You're not gonna get me.
All right. I'll let you have that. I'll let you have it. But if I saw men doing the same thing, I don't have a problem with men dating younger women. I have a problem with really big age gaps. I have a problem with people preying on men and women. I wouldn't date a guy younger than 28. And that's too young right there. I don't have a problem with people dating younger. I have a problem with people dating younger than 26. And that's all they date. That's the only ones that they date. They don't date anyone else. I heard
that on both sides.
Yeah. Like if you only date, if all you date is, if you're a Leonardo DiCaprio and all your chicks are no older than 23, every single woman that you dated, that to me says you have an issue. You have a problem. You can't date women your age. There's an issue. If it
was the other way around and it was a woman and she was dating,
I will feel the same
23, way. You would feel the same way about her.
Madonna has issues.
But let's just keep it real what it is. They just looking for toy boys. She's not looking for a relationship with these guys. She's looking for somebody to come in and she wants somebody to hit that. That's all it is. She's looking for sex. Let's keep her. You know that's what it is. She want to control the situation. Thank you. That's what y'all know what it is. Come on, man.
Nah, some of these younger guys, they're more mature. Some of them. They have their stuff.
Y'all never say none of this when an older man dating a younger woman, bro. Y'all never say none.
You know what? Y'all don't date younger women because they're more mature. We don't date younger women.
That's my only problem. I don't have a problem with what Tracee Ellis Ross is doing, or anybody does with it. Like, my only problem is that I done sat on this show with Champagne before, and she done literally sat here and tore down every older man dating a younger woman. She ain't never said, well, maybe the girl's a little bit more mature for her age.
They never are. Because y'all never marry these girls. Y'all just date them. Y'all get them pregnant.
What you talking about?
How many niggas has Tracee Ellis Ross got pregnant? How many of these niggas she saddled with a baby? How many of these older niggas been saddled with a baby? Marcus Houston.
Samuels warned us about this, brother. You see that distraction, how they do when they wrong?
I think.
She know her energy be different when it be the other way. Maybe he's mature for his age. You ain't never said that when
because we never talk about women dating. So, okay, all right. So you guys agree that every older man that dates younger women are controlling. That's what you guys are saying.
We had a show about age gaps before, Champagne. Yeah. Us, the three of us.
Yeah.
You had a lot to say about these older men dating these younger women. Your energy is different with maybe she's mature, maybe the gap is only 52 to 35, and it's not as. That's all I'm saying. I don't have a problem
because you guys actually put numbers on things.
But I have a problem with people giving different energy to different sexes. Y'all want that shit to be cool, both sides, and it should be. Keep that same energy. Is all I'm saying. If you don't like it for them, then don't like it for them. If you're cool with it, then be cool with it. I don't care which one you are.
So you
decide and be fair.
So men who date younger women, they're never controlling.
No, we didn't say that.
I just want to do it. So that's what you believe.
All right, but listen, let's say this though. Listen, now you know with experience, you know what I'm saying, you've been in different situations and things like that. I've been with countless, I've had countless women and things like that. And, I've learned how to manipulate. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know how to manipulate. And it's easier to manipulate people with lack of experience than it is for somebody my age. Like I said, in that situation, I just don't think, like she was saying on there, she's talking about toxic masculinity. She just don't want anybody to have any say-so on what she's doing. She wants control over it. It's obvious. Because the reason why I say it's obvious is because she won't date anybody her age. You know what I'm saying? That's because she wants to date somebody she can manipulate. It's obvious. Like I said, these young girls, you can just lie to them and tell them anything. You know what I'm saying? And like I told you, you take them on a little trip, man. You can be in state and take them somewhere, and they're gonna be really happy about it and stuff like that. When I was working at the post office, this chick used to come and give this dude a Wendy's meal like once a week, and this nigga came in like, man, yeah, she be hooking me up, man, like a $5 meal every week. And this girl was completely average, but he was hitting it because she was bringing him a meal, making him feel special. You see what I'm saying? Now, she was giving him a little Scooby snack, but, I mean, see how easy it was?
He never had nothing, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. She made her feel, because she was manipulating him. She was a little bit older. She knew how to play into a psyche, man. Like, it's easy, bro. Like, I can easily.
Most older people who date younger people are doing it out of manipulation is what we're saying here. That's
right.
Well,
I was going to say
control. They seek control.
It's control.
Most older people
it doesn't matter what age they are.
As far as what?
Go ahead.
The topic of what you guys are saying, like younger or older, don't older people do the same stuff? Like if we draw on what she's saying from our own experiences, like I would have to agree with her. Like I wouldn't date. I don't know. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Hey, speak your mind now. Speak your mind.
I like what you're saying about what age, like how old. What age would you guys say like, oh, they're not being manipulated?
Right.
I would say.
Would you say like he can be 50? No. Can he not be manipulative? Can he not?
Listen, she said she don't want nobody her age or older. So that means she wants somebody. Somebody younger is somebody more naive and somebody that you can control. Like, I mean, let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying? That's why. Why do you? I mean, It's obvious, and why do y'all just want to win the argument? But it's true. Y'all know that's what it is.
It's not true because there are people who date. Because let me tell you, there's a guy at my job. All right, his name is Matt, and his wife is Billy. And when they told me how old she was when he started approaching her, she was like 16, and he was like 26, 27. I was like, ew, that's gross, right? And I still don't think it's amazing. But they've been together for 50 years. They've been together for 50 years. So to me, even though I don't like how that beginning started, he's not out here trying to break the minds of young people. He's not trying to necessarily control. He found someone he likes. He's not controlling her at all. She runs shit. He just really likes her, right? So a situation like that, I could give that individual, that man, a little bit more grace. Someone like Shannon Sharpe, who's probably running through these bitches, I can't give you grace because you do that specifically for control.
Right. And let's go ahead and we're gonna run a Shannon Sharpe video real quick. I think in his certain situation, it was definitely about control because the girl that he's talking to sounds like she's about 15 years old. Let me go ahead and run this video real quick.
Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, no, have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke the out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
And see, like in this specific situation, Shannon Sharpe going on 60, you talking to somebody that's young enough to be your granddaughter, and her intelligence and everything, you could just tell she ain't where you at on intellect level. All she got is she's got a perfect body that don't have any flaws. That's what you're trying to get. That's what you're getting. And I ain't gonna say that she's a dime and all that. I'm just saying that's what he in his mind he thinks that he had.
I got to keep going.
Let's say that. But I'm just saying. But she's young. She like I said, she acts like she's a little kid. So it's like that's what you call somebody that's controlled. Because for me, I don't even get me off. Like I gotta have an intelligent conversation with somebody if I'm going to be dealing with them. And he dealt with her for like a year and a half. He ain't just hit it and quit it. As you see, he was mad that they ain't go out and all that. So in this particular case, I would say this is a complete manipulation that he was doing with this younger woman, although he was playing checkers and she was playing chess because she was recording.
Go ahead, speak on it, Brother Dante.
Golly. bad, brother. That is bad. I've been hearing all of this stuff going around. I've been hearing the tapes, the audios. Again, there's a lot of speculation on setups and recordings, and you hear things like this particular young lady used to like to role play or whatever the case. But I mean, it all comes down to kind of like you were describing with the age difference and the intellect difference and the minds and the mentals being in two different places. You don't have no business over there. You got a lot going on. And sometimes, even if out to be some kind of setup, or if it does turn out to be that, you were role playing and she recorded and then they spliced your shit, even if it's some grandiose, whatever the case, should have never been over there. So I mean, it's like going over somewhere where you ain't supposed to be. You jump out the window of your mama house and go down the street and get shot. What? No, it ain't so bad. No, you wasn't in the wrong.
I just have to say, Champagne was right on this one. I would have to agree with that point. It's oh my gosh.
What was she right about? I would like to know that.
You all of you had amazing points that I was like, yeah, I could see that. So I'm not saying that either one of you are wrong, but it made more sense.
Yeah, of course you're gonna ride with your girl. I mean, we understand that.
She said it very eloquently. So yeah.
But you also agree with what Dante is saying too about staying out the hood.
No. You can probably find the nicest person in the hood. I know somebody that dated someone that from a seedy side of town of what somebody would say, and they were an amazing person. They just had certain things that it didn't mesh, so it was good. But I've never heard anything bad about the person. So I don't know. You take a person for who that person is, not from where they come from.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean like the real hood. I meant the metaphor that Dante was using the metaphor. I'm sorry. But I'm sorry. Well, hold on. Let him finish. Go ahead. Finish your hood. About him being on the wrong side.
Talking to me?
Yes.
No, I was done, baby. Your turn. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I didn't know because you was cooking.
No, I was saying, he didn't have no business over there. I said it doesn't matter if they said he was a setup or whatever the case. Like you didn't have no business over there, so it doesn't. It's same example I gave you. Somewhere you're not supposed to be, and something bad happens that's not your fault. You should have never been over there in the first place. So that accountability still rests with you. He should have never been over there in the first place. I don't care if she played. I don't care any of that. You far too old to have been dealing with or been in that realm in any way.
That's good. Yeah. Okay. So listen, let's we're gonna do the gorilla thing at the end. Okay. But go ahead, Champagne. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, did y'all hear about like it was like a race kink play type of thing? Like I think she calls him the hard ER. Is that what y'all into if y'all get with white girls? Like y'all like to be called the hard?
No.
I heard somebody say that. I just wanted to say. Wanted to know. No. That's wrong, right?
Yeah, what? Come on, man. That's that Southern. He from a farm, and what it is with I think with him, like I said, that's the forbidden fruit. He grew up on a farm in rural Georgia. So white women were forbidden fruit. He probably always looked at them, but he was never ever to touch them. So now when he got this fame and fortune, he has access to all type of white girls. And I think this is something that's rooted in his childhood. You know what I'm saying? Like her calling it the N-word. Like, bro, I don't play that shit. I wish somebody would say that shit to me.
Yep.
But anyway, okay, but listen. That's okay. I got a video just for our new guests. I want to see how you handle these type of situations. Since you said you got 4 kids, right? Are you still cool with your baby's dad?
No.
Okay, but I want you to see how you would handle it if this.
Well,
happened.
let me say this.
Okay,
I am cool with him. He's not cool.
You are? Okay.
I'm fine with him.
Okay. Hey, well, this video is just for you because I want your opinion on this. Okay. I got this just for you. Hold on one second. Here we go.
Things in person.
In person?
That's in person.
He gonna what?
He gonna have it whether you're here or not.
And that's what I need you to realize, bro. Like, you know how it is when you got kids, right? You said you got a kid.
Yeah.
Right?
I take care of my kids. I'm here living with my kids, taking care of my kids.
Okay, yeah, we got 2. You know what I'm saying? So that's double mouths to feed. So that's double things. Different age groups that we got to talk about. They involved in different things in school.
Bro, you should have thought about that when you was with her. You ain't with her no more, bro. Why you still trying to play father? Bro, you go to your house and play daddy.
You right. I am the father.
So
I ain't no trying to be that.
I'm trying to understand why you got a problem with him coming to see his kids.
I got a problem with you not telling me another man is at my house. Y'all got a pass together, right? I got a problem with you not telling me a nigga's at my house. And this nigga, you already know we ain't cool. Showing up to my house for what?
I'm cool. I don't have a problem with him. We got a good co-parenting relationship.
Okay. So how do you, what is your dynamic as far as you having a baby, you got children, and then when you get into a new relationship, like how does that dynamic work? Do you are they cool with your boyfriends, or how do you handle that type of situation? Or does he come inside and have dinner with y'all, come to the barbecues? How do you handle that?
He's invited if he likes, but I don't. In this case, like, I'm not going to keep my children's father away from them. However, yes, if somebody was to come to this house, I should be in tune with my husband. So I understood where he was coming from. He doesn't have a problem with him doing anything. And even when the guy said, hey, the kids are at different age brackets and stuff. So the communication. So I don't know if his kids are younger, if they're older. I didn't catch that part. But they all have valid stuff. But I think at the end of the day, he was not trying to be controlling. He was saying, could you have been courteous? That's what I got from the one holding the camera.
Right. Well, I mean, just to explain, I'll go ahead.
So I agree with all of them. Like, they have valid points.
Yeah. So in this situation, I guess the baby's daddy and her was out there in the driveway talking, and you're right. Like she said, she didn't tell him that the baby daddy was coming over there. So do you think that was out of pocket?
No, I thought he was justifiable. Like, he was mad. Like, no, you should be courteous enough to say, hey, honey, such and such is coming over to see one of the kids. And you're not saying you're being courteous to the man of the house. That's, I don't see what's wrong with that. Sorry.
She was wrong in not telling her man or at least communicating with her man what was going to happen.
Yeah. He's not saying he doesn't want the kid's father to be involved. He's just saying, communicate with me. Say, hey, old dude is coming to the house.
But he specifically said he don't like the dude. So
right.
I mean,
that gives him bigger pause. He's like, I don't like him. And y'all had history. And so only thing I'm asking for is courtesy.
Right. So if that situation happened and your current boyfriend totally don't like your baby daddy, would you allow him to come to your crib and pick up or whatever? How would you handle that?
As long as my man knew he was coming, yes.
So you would still, even though they didn't like each other.
Because I can do it like this. If you either come here and pick them up, or I gotta go and drop them off somewhere, and then we're not in control of the situation. So I would be fine with saying, hey, yeah, sure. He can pick them up from out front of the house, but I would always tell my man, like, he would know they're getting picked up Friday at 12 o'clock. And I'll be like, baby, that's what's going on. And no harm, no foul.
That's a valid point. Like, okay, you don't like him, so you want me to drive someplace else without you by ourselves?
Right. Let me leave the house. Or you can watch me on the Ring Cam and be like, that's my baby. She walked the kid out to the car. She may have said ... and she came back in the house.
What's the proper solution for that, Truck and Dante? Like, what would you want your girl to do?
Right.
Well, I mean, first of all, the guy, right? The reason why the guy's so insecure is because she was sneaking doing the shit. She didn't tell him, so that made it even worse. She already knew he didn't like the guy, so then you're gonna have her over there. So that was actually disrespectful for her to do that. You know what I'm saying? For her not to say anything to a guy. But the thing is, like I said, the dude in his feelings, he just mad because because it was somebody that used to hit what he got right now. So he know how I feel.
Mad at that.
He partially mad at. That's why he don't like him. It's a reason why he don't like the guy.
It could have been a plethora of things that he doesn't like. It could have been a plethora of things that he doesn't like.
But that's one of them.
It is one of them.
Definitely one of them.
If you take one of them kids, then you always gonna be mad. Quit dating. You're gonna be mad all the time.
Listen, man.
Right.
We don't listen. Okay, so for me, here's the thing. And y'all know I hate these broken homes situations.
Right.
I always preach if we do shit the right way, we don't have these problems. We got all these problems because everybody trying to date with kids and trying to date after they decide to have babies with people. You do it the other way around, and you don't have all of these problems. But anyway, if you're in this situation where you are dating with kids, because this is now a dynamic that you don't have to deal with this when you're married with children. You never have to deal with another man who's had a child with your woman standing in your driveway in your home with a valid excuse of his children in the home. So, but if you are in this situation, hold on a second. If you are in this situation, my thing is, and I've been in this situation before, up front, I'm cool. Well, unfortunately, once you give cause for pause, once you do that sneaky thing or whatever the case, trust is broken with me, and we're going to have to do something different to now appease my emotions. So up until the point where they did that sneaky, maybe feel some type of way, I'd have been cool. But at that point, okay, now I have a trick for that. We're going to have to separate this shit, and it's going to have to happen differently going forward.
I think that's what the cover at the beginning. I think you guys went with, and maybe they were. I don't know. I think Kat is looking at it from a purely objective of, I ain't fucking with that nigga. Like, he just, he cool. We laugh when we talk. So in Kat's point, she's saying that the baby mom didn't communicate to the boyfriend, which is true. She didn't communicate. But I think you guys are looking at it as like she was trying to be sneaky. And she could have been. I don't know. That's the problem with these videos on here. You're getting like a
right.
point.
You're getting
or she could have been like, I know my boyfriend, he don't like it. You guys just hurry up, come get your kid. Like he could have called and said, hey, let me come get my kids real quick. All right, cool. Like it could have just been a plethora of ideas. And the video kind of froze for me. So I don't know, like, were they hugged up on each other? Were they like at a different, is there a distance there? Or
no, I wasn't no hugged up.
Yeah, there was distance between them. So yeah.
Yeah, look.
I understand the boyfriend's anger though, because like Dante said, even if there's not something going on, the fact that you felt you couldn't run that past me or tell me, it could feel like there's something going on. Like you would be not believe
Dante said that you should not have children with, like, you shouldn't have. That's why married people have those kind of covets. You don't have to worry about the baby daddy or baby mama showing up because it's a man that's married. You said that?
Yeah, it's helpful.
It's helpful. Yeah, it's helpful. It can happen in marriages as well, but it's helpful for a person that believes in the sanctity of marriage and what their sanctity of marriage is. But
no other man could have had I'm speaking of situations where the only person you have children with is your husband. So no, it can't happen with another man who had a child with you showing up on your doorstep.
So marriage locks it down. Okay.
You're saying idealistically, as long as everybody's faithful to each other, we're not having outside babies, you married to your wife, you married to your man, this is never an issue.
Right.
I think you're throwing in another thing of saying like, well, sometimes people cheat in marriages, and yeah, they're true, but if you're the ideal person and you're working out, you're with your baby daddy, which is your husband,
it would be the perfect scenario. Yeah.
You don't have to worry.
And that's all I was saying.
And that's why I was saying, and that was why, to the point of, she just needed to tell him if that was something that they had suffered with before in their relationship, and it would have been okay for him. The fact that she didn't, he has a right to be upset. If it's something that's consistently done, if this is the first time it's been done, then y'all have that conversation. She should never do it again. And if she does it again, he has all the right to be upset. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't know. They both had on that particular video, they both had valid points.
Okay. All right. So we down to the last segment of the show. And we're going to go into the gorilla challenge she was talking about.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and set it off. So we're going to go ahead and explain everything, Dante, so everybody
knows. Man. I don't know if y'all heard, but for everybody who hadn't heard it, guys, we always in tune on social media to the current events and stuff that's going on. People have been having fun with this one. It's would you take 100 men versus one silverback gorilla in a fight? You got one gorilla, 100 men. Weapons is what was said. Kind of been going around on the internet. We've heard some different perspectives. Some men, of course, have felt like it would be a problem. Some people have indicated, there's no way you guys are going to be one silverback gorilla. So, I thought that'd be fun to bring into the group, man. What's your guys' opinion? Have you guys seen the stuff that's going on? Any funny memes or anything like that?
I have. I've seen some funny memes about it. My cousin made a very good point on Facebook. He said that the gorilla would win because, 100 dudes could take them, but they're the first 20 got to get their arms ripped up. So who's gonna go up there and get their arms ripped off first? I'm not. I don't need to prove shit to a silverback gorilla. If I was to do this is toxic masculinity. Why are you out here fighting a silverback gorilla? Get a job, nigga. Take your ass to work. Provide for your kids. But I think 100 men could take a silverback gorilla. I just think a lot of them are going to die in the process. Is this what you're going to die about? I don't know.
Is this what you want to die about?
I agree.
My perspective on that, 100 men can easily beat a silverback gorilla, man.
I knew this.
The reason why I say that is, listen, but it really depends on what type of 100 men you have, right?
Yes.
Are they goons and they just rushing it, or are they like punks? I mean, it depends on what type of man that you have. You know what I'm saying? But you can easily, like I said, I've seen silverback gorillas fight. They're slow. Like I said, the way they move and everything, for real. They're not really like that. They're big and strong. I give them that, but they're slow. So if you send the first 10 dudes just go up and just tackle him, then the rest of the dudes just pile on, it's easy. So I don't see what the problem is. I mean, they said they can bench like 4,000 pounds and things like that. But like I said, man, come on, man. There's no contest. It's just like you see like wild dogs, rat pack on a lion or whatever the case may be. I mean, this could be easy if everything is coordinated.
It's easy is reckless as hell.
How coordinated should they be?
Like I said, you gotta strategize. That's all I'm saying. You gotta strategize.
Hey, it's easy is reckless.
The stipulation, I agree with you. The type of man, if it's gonna be a robust man or punk or like, but I still think the sheer animalistic of a gorilla would tear 100 men up. To Champagne's point, like
if he grab you,
if he grab you and he crushing skulls and ripping limbs, all he gotta do is rip one of your limbs. Do you realize this gorilla doesn't have to do, unless these men have knives or guns or something? Like literally, if these men are just wrestling with their hands.
Some estimates suggest that gorillas could lift around 1,800 pounds in a deadlift. Studies indicate that gorillas can lift 10 times their body weight, meaning a 300-pound gorilla could potentially lift 3,000.
Right.
But they're not trained in powerlifting, so it's difficult to compare their strength to human powerlifters. So
that was unnecessary. That last part about
animalistic.
Like
you go out and jump on.
The average dude is like what, 250 or something? That's pretty high.
So I'll say this. Everybody's kind of mentioned like it depends on the man, because you're right. One of my first things was they said no weapons. Well, here's the thing. I like to think of myself as a smart man or a thinker. So I have additional questions like they said no weapons. Can we bring food?
See? Well, that means that if the challenge was 100 men.
Food.
Yeah, if the challenge was 100 men, you would need to know.
We bring food.
They make food.
Bring food.
Oh, you would bring food.
Can we? So I'm a kind of man that's gonna have questions. We can't have weapons. Can we bring food?
So you're gonna try to be his friend?
Yeah.
No, we're gonna try to distract it. If we had to take it out. Now,
okay, but after you gave him the meat or the food, you think he's just gonna be like, oh no, I'm not gonna protect myself. He's gonna
put something in the food, dear. Work smarter than that. I would put something in the food, dear.
Oh, you would poison.
So now you need a drug to put in the food. So you need two things.
I was just asking questions on no weapons. Oh. Okay, can I bring food? And if I could, I would put something in. I'm not fighting no gorilla.
That just goes to the point of what Champagne said.
Yeah, if they scared, they're gonna lose.
But do you have smart men? Do you have strong men? The kind of men that are gonna bring food? Can I have a rope? Hey, give me some.
Are we just out in the forest, just out there?
I just like more information. That's all I'm saying.
You're right. You're right. Right. If the whole point was that 100 men can take on this one animal, they're basically saying you don't need nothing else. You don't need a gun. You don't need drugs. You don't need food. You don't need nothing. We just
hand
bunch of men in there, and y'all 100 men are gonna take down that one gorilla.
No, well, here's the thing. The gorilla's advantage is its physical strength. Our advantage is our brain. The human brain is bigger and better. That's our advantage.
Right, that's true.
Then you should know not to get in there. You should.
That's what I said.
You say he's like,
you ain't gotta worry about me, bro.
Like, how do y'all come up with this? Like, who is sitting around like, hey, man, check it. 100 men or a silverback gorilla?
Right.
It's a white person. I promise you.
Like,
it's 8 o'clock. Or not 8 o'clock.
All right, y'all. So listen, that's our time. Listen, we want to go through everybody. We want to get everybody's final thoughts. So as far as when we talk about like the Tracee Ellis Ross situation, is she masculine or is she not? Is that a masculine trait to only want younger men?
I don't think she only wants younger men, but I will concede to Dante that I may be a little biased, so I need to fix the parameters, right? If you're a Shannon Sharpe type of individual, those are the men I don't like. But if you're like the Matt guy I told you guys, then I'm fine with you dating younger, just at least get 18. So I don't know. I don't think she's masculine. I just think she's a unicorn. She's rich. She comes from money. She doesn't really need anything. She's pretty, objectively. You might not think she's pretty, but others think she is. It's hard. Like, as a man, you also got to be man enough to be okay with she might make more than you. She probably dated guys who made less than her. And her mom is Diana Ross. So, I don't know that she's masculine. I just think she's a unicorn.
Okay. What about you? Final words, Kat?
I co-sign everything Champagne just said.
Okay. Thank you.
Shannon can find his love in he like what he like.
Okay. What about you, Dante? What's your final take on this situation?
Man, I agree with Champagne that Tracee Ellis Ross in particular is a unicorn. She is rich. She is pretty. Famous people date different than the rest of us. None of us should be comparing our lives to them in the first place. Shannon Sharpe, you nasty dog. Also, let the record reflect. 1 Dante, 0 Champagne. Have a good night.
Okay. So my final take on it is, listen, like I told you before, it's a lot of times women have not really seen a good man. It's almost like when you buy a car, you don't notice it until you see all the other cars like it. When you get a good man or a woman like I have, you can see it after you get a good person. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, with her situation, I think, like I said, she's giving up on love. She just wants to have fun and she wants to just play, and that's what she's getting. But hey, that's what rocks her boat. Hey, I'm not mad at it, but just admit what you're doing. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, look, that's our time. We'll see y'all here at the same place, same time. We appreciate y'all coming. Peace.
Peace out, y'all.